Meet the Army's new helicopter, Future Attack Reconnaissance Aircraft. Undeterred by decades of failure, the U.S. Army is again trying to acquire a new scout helicopter. The new rotorcraft is supposed to restore the dedicated aerial scout mission the Army gave up when in 2017 it retired its Bell OH-58D Kiowa Warrior helicopter. And here's a surprise. The new Future Attack Reconnaissance Aircraft, FARA, also will replace half of the Apache fleet, particularly the older D variant. The Future Attack Reconnaissance Aircraft is the Army's #1 aviation modernization priority and is integral to effectively penetrate and disintegrate adversaries' integrated air defense systems. It'll enable combatant commanders with greater tactical, operational, and strategic capabilities through significantly increased speed, range, endurance, survivability, and lethality, said Dr. Bruce D. Jetty, Assistant Secretary of the Army for Acquisition, Logistics, and Technology. The Army in 2018 announced a plan for a fly-off between FARA candidates. The branch wants the new copter to enter service no later than 2028. By military standards, that's not a very long time, especially considering the Army's proven inability to develop a new scout. For more than 20 years, the service tried and failed to replace the OH-58. In its first attempt to replace the OH-58D, the Army in the 1990s paid Boeing and Sikorsky to develop the RAH-66 Comanche, a very expensive stealth helicopter that in reality probably wouldn't have been very stealthy. The Army in 2004 finally canceled the Comanche. Next, the service commissioned Bell to develop the ARH-70, a non-stealthy scout that was similar in design to the OH-58D but bigger and more sophisticated than the older copter was. Bell and Boeing squabbled over the program's delays and rising costs. The Army in 2008 canceled the ARH-72. U.S. Army officials called the FARA its knife fighter of future Army aviation capabilities, providing maximum performance in a small package. According to the mandatory requirements, FARA has to use some prescribed government-furnished equipment, a specific 20mm gun, a particular missile launcher, and the GE 1901 improved turbine engine. To survive against Russian or Chinese advanced air defenses, FARA must also achieve a minimum speed of 180 knots and have a maximum rotor diameter of 40 feet, allowing it to sneak down city streets and hide behind small obstacles. Initial candidate designs. In April 2019, the Army awarded candidate design contracts to 5 manufacturers: AVX and L3 Technologies, Bell, Boeing, Karam, and Sikorsky. The AVX and L3 Technologies candidate design was unveiled at the summit of the Army Aviation Association of America in April 2019. The design, which AVX L3 called the Compound Coaxial Helicopter, uses a side-by-side cockpit with main compound coaxial rotors. Ducted fans at the tail provide both forward and reverse thrust. The CEO of Textron, Bell's parent company, stated that its FARA candidate design would be based on technology developed for the 525 rather than a further development of the V280 tilt rotor. In October 2019, Bell announced the 360 Invictus as its FARA candidate design, a winged helicopter with a single rotor and ducted tail rotor. As of October 2019, Boeing had not released details on its FARA candidate aircraft to the public. A Boeing executive declined to state if the recently unveiled Compound Apache would form the basis for the company's FARA candidate design. On February 13, 2020, Boeing released a teaser video and images of its FARA design. It offers stealth features. More details of the Boeing FARA design were revealed on March 3, 2020. It's a 3-rotor compound helicopter with tandem seating. Karam Aircraft announced in July 2019 it had partnered with Northrop Grumman and Raytheon to design its FARA candidate aircraft. On October 16, 2019, Karam unveiled its AR-40 design, a compound helicopter with a rigid main rotor, a swiveling tail rotor pusher propeller, and a pivoting wing. Sikorsky stated that its FARA candidate design would incorporate the compound coaxial rotors and pusher propeller design used on its Sikorsky X-2 and S-97 Raider. The S-97 had initially been developed for the Armed Aerial Scout program. In April 2019, Sikorsky unveiled the Sikorsky Raider X, a scaled-up version of the S-97 Raider designed to accommodate the General Electric T901-900 turboshaft engine, which won the Improved Turbine Engine Program competition. The U.S. Army selected Raider X and Bell's Invictus 360 out of 5 candidates to build FARA prototypes and fly them beginning in November 2022. Bell Invictus 360. The Bell 360 Invictus uses a simple design with proven technologies to reduce risk and cost, like its main rotor, which is a scaled-down version of the articulated 5-blade rotor designed for the Bell 525 Relentless, a super-medium-lift twin-engine commercial helicopter for the offshore market. One aspect that hit the headlines as soon as the Invictus was unveiled is its streamlined design, much comparable to the RAH-66 Comanche. The Invictus, now shown in a series of just-released sleek-looking photographs, is designed with a smooth, stealthy, rounded fuselage, single rotor, black tail rotor, and internal weapons bay that are intended to reduce radar signature, increase speed and agility, introduce new sensing and targeting systems, and fire a new generation of long-range, precise air attack weapons. What appear to be representations of either AGM-114 Hellfire missiles or AGM-179 joint air-to-ground missiles, as well as common launch tubes, appear to be loaded onto the racks themselves. Common launch tubes, as the name implies, can be loaded with various munitions, as well as air-launched drones. When it comes to the FARA program, the Army envisions whatever helicopter it chooses as being able to employ various types of unmanned systems, also referred to as air-launched effects, ALE, from these tubes. Once launched, the ALEs will be able to operate in swarms to perform stand-in electronic attack, loitering strike, surveillance, and other tasks. The Raider X. The Raider X is based on the company's S-97 radar aircraft X2 compound coaxial technology, providing increased speed, combat radius, and payload, and enabling a broader range of aircraft configurations for specific mission requirements. The Sikorsky has just revealed new photos of its Raider X prototype helicopter equipped with Hellfire missiles and a 20mm main gun. The photographs published show the fuselage at a West Palm hangar called FARA Country. Under the aircraft's chin lies the 3-barreled main cannon. The helicopter's modular effects launchers can also be folded to save drag. Sikorsky President Paul Lemos said our transformational Raider X will deliver broad benefits to the Army, including the lowest schedule risk and greatest technical maturity of the FARA competitors. With X2 technology, Raider X has the ability to grow, unlike a single main rotor configuration. We're looking to the future, and we're committed to helping the Army deter threats and defend freedoms well into the 21st century. The aircraft's modular open system, avionics, and mission systems offer plug-and-play options for computing, sensors, survivability, and weapons. Sikorsky Business Development Director Jay Macklin added, "The FARA mission requires operational flexibility, and Raider X provides that operational flexibility the Army needs, including speed where it matters, a large multifunctional weapons bay, and unprecedented acceleration and deceleration capability. Raider X is the most agile, lethal, and survivable aircraft designed for vertical lift dominance against evolving threats of the future."